What's up, guys? Here, I'd already tacked this one on. This is what we're putting on, some old casters that I've collected. One of the many things I've collected. Like I said, nothing pretty. Those are the welds. Enough to hold them on there. Also, my welder is on its side because my little pin that holds my spools left the chat and decided not to work anymore. Alright, guys. Those are the little ones. Those are our new ones. Didn't turn out half bad. We got a little bit Carolina lean to it, I guess. That's the first on a cherry picker, I think. For the welder that we're using, welds didn't look half bad, and maybe I should start welding with my eyes closed, because I don't think those things are falling off. It's a little better. Some of this out of the way. Keep the wires from getting run over from our big tires. Cow it. I don't recommend pulling the whole drivetrain out of a Duramax all at once if your cherry picker's not meant for it. So probably use a forklift or something. But this might not work, but we're worth a shot. This is a little chain come along that I got. One thing I am worried about is the frames on stands, and well, the front is on stands because the front axle is off, but the back is on its tires on blocks, so I don't want it rolling off and this whole operation crashing down on the first episode, but we're gonna give her a whirl. This come along hasn't been used in some time now. Need some WD-40 on this thing. Locked and loaded. Yeah, it might have been easier without any freaking casters on there, because we're not using them anyway. But we're getting there. Seems to be working, to be pulling from the bottom a little bit, but it kind of shimmies and shakes whatever way it wants to go. But it was a good truck, good first truck. Little story behind it. I got it when I was 14. My grandpa had a dealership, and I worked for him for a week on vacation down in Moab. And he paid me $1 an hour to wax his cars at the dealership, and basically got 100 hours in when I was 14, and rebuilt it. Didn't run when I got it. I had no mechanical skills. Of course, I was 14, so I didn't know what was going on. Didn't run. Got it running, fixed it up, restored it all. It was all done. I put brand new tires on it, and I was driving one night, and I was out to another car show. I didn't bring the truck because it was up north and bad weather, and me and my buddy get back from the show, and I decided to go cruise Maine like kids do. I wasn't 14, of course. This was a couple of years later, and I was getting run off the road by this car, and it was a Subaru Outback, and the Subaru was trying to run me off the road, swerve into me, and just basically was pissed off that I was alive. Basically, that's how they were driving. And so I follow them. It was a small town, and I was like, who the heck is this? Never seen the car before. And I would like to find out who that was, but it don't matter anymore. But I had got them at a dead end, and so I had slowed down maybe 20 miles an hour, 25, and they went up this hill, so I stopped at the road because the only way down was where I was, to see what was going on. What the heck, why you running me off the road? And as I'm driving, I see a light in my rearview mirror, and I was like, am I getting pulled over? And I look in the rearview mirror, and it wasn't red and blue. It was bright orange red flame, 8-foot flame in the bed of my truck. And it was in the bed. It started in the bed, and out of instinct, I hurried and slammed it in park, and I don't even think I even slowed down all the way, because basically in shock, there's a flame in my truck, and it wasn't just your little normal fire pit flame. It was dang near the whole truck bed, like within seconds. And I was a mechanic at the time, and we'd do rescues in the truck, and so the truck had a truck box on it, and I had that thing plumb full of flammables. WD-40, even spray paint, you name it. I had anything in there that would benefit me outside of the shop. And I also had a 5-gallon tank of a gas can in the bed of the truck, plumb full. I filled it up, and I think that the gas can had tipped over, and my truck wasn't hot enough to burn that gas on the exhaust. Maybe it was, who knows, but my truck didn't run hot. And so anyways, I slammed it in park and I raced out there and I took my jacket off and I was trying to put the fire out. It wasn't going out and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I panicked. I called my dad, and my dad owned the black Duramax that you'll see in future videos, but you could hear that Duramax screaming all the way up the road, come to save me, because he's like, what, on the phone, your truck's on fire, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, my truck's on fire, get out here, hurry, get a fire extinguisher or something. And truck was still running. And within, of course, I called the fire department, of course. Fire department was on its way, but it's a small town. Fire department was all volunteer. Fire department took 12 minutes to get out, maybe, because they had to wait for everyone, I assume, and that's fine. It is what it is. And the truck was burnt down in less than 5 minutes. So the wind had took the flames from the bed of the truck all the way up to the front, burnt it to the ground. I'll show you some more pictures in the video, but yeah, so I had rebuilt it. I've won 3 or so car shows after the fire. Didn't look pretty, just having some fun with it. It's got a story now, of course, like I just told you, and a lot of people know this truck as the fire can't stop me truck. Fire can't stop anybody, really, if you put your head to it. So I decided we're gonna rebuild this truck completely, whole new truck, starting with this Duramax motor. What I'm dealing with is I can only pull it from one side or the other of the cherry picker, so I'm basically dog walking it, or it would be a lot faster, but that's what we got to deal with, I guess, today. With what we got. Also, the stand that the frame's on, now that we're getting closer, things are getting a little bit more tight and tough on this. So I'm watching this frame, because this sand here, if it tips over, then the whole truck falls down, and then we got a mess. But I can watch it here. Coming off the ground, but you can never be too safe with doing stuff like this. Oh, all right. What I'm dealing with now is we got some stink bugging going on, so I'll try and set it on this board so it tips it down and lower it down. There's not much straightness going on around here.